Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Celebrity Review. So I'm Reedy, and today we see Sean and Johnny on. We are discussing the season finale of Love During Lockup. All right, so I want to start out with Boston and Ty.
Oh, this was the season finale?
Yeah, this was the season finale.
I didn't even know that.
Yep. All right, so the name of the episode is The Boy Is Mine. So they pick up with Boston and Ty. When they met up, they last episode they were meeting up to talk to finally hash things out. But of course, Ty came very aggressive, and that's pretty much where it picked up from was where it left off last week. And so the girls, I guess you could say they were talking at each other. I really don't know how to describe it. It was just childish, I guess, behavior. So they continue with their back and forth. Boston decides to splash some water in Ty's face, which started a brawl between the two ladies. Um, I know last week we were talking about how Boston was situated at the table where she would kind of be confined if a fight broke out. But I was shocked. She jumped up from that table awfully quickly. She was able to get away from the table. So she didn't have to take too many hits from Ty. Uh, and so the next thing we see, Boston's friend is running over and she's trying to jump in the fight because she's not allowing, Ty to be able to just hit her friend or whatever. So she's trying to jump in it. Production breaks it up, and Boston's like, that girl ain't worth it. Let's just go or whatever. And so they leave. And Ty's friend comes and gets in the car with her and they're driving off. So while they're driving off, Ty's kind of telling her what conspired in a few minutes that they were gone or whatever. And then Hottie calls on the phone. And so Ty talks to Hottie on the phone and is like, yeah, I met with Boston. I know everything that you were trying to hide from me, which was funny to me because she really didn't talk to her for that long to get that much information. But she clearly believes what information she did get in those few minutes before the fight broke out, right? And of course, he is on the phone. Hottie's on the phone. He's denying Boston. He's telling her, if you want to think that, whatever, the typical games. Um, so they start arguing back and forth and they break up, right? And so I, I struggle with this because I'm like, I don't know how you allowed yourself to be so childish. Um, so she's still talking to her friend, right? And so she tells her friend that she believes Boston too. So I can't remember if it was her or her friend was like, yeah, we need to ride past the prison. They can see us. She decides to drive past, I think it had to be a jail. You can't get that close to a prison. So they drive over to the jail and Ty jumps out of the car and flashes the jail, her boobies. She flashes her actual boobies. Um, and that was the end of that scene. We also learned because this is the season finale, it kind of tells us, what's kind of going on with them now. So apparently, I guess Ty blocked Hottie from being able to contact her, and she's dealing with BB and a guy named Anthony now. So I guess now all of her focus is on BB. She did say he was one of her favorites. I remember in one episode. So, what is everybody's thoughts on Ty this week?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I did think it was funny how fast Boston got up because I thought the way they ended it last week was like she fell back. And I was like, uh-oh, she's done. But she actually hopped up real quick and blocked her. She was able to block them hits.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was laughing too because she was sitting there talking about how she's the puppet master. She'll never be the puppet. But you were a puppet.
Yeah.
Because the puppet master wouldn't have lost control the way you did and wouldn't have been fighting and would have just been like, okay, well, peace got you. I'm done. See you later. So I
Right.
thought that was funny. Her getting out and flashing her boobs to everyone. Lucky her. I wouldn't have been able to get away with that. My boobs would have fell out to the floor. So must be nice to be big and busty and can just plop them out like that, no problems. Gravity has not been kind. And then, oh, and she's also dealing with Jose and Carrington. So those are her four new dudes.
Jose and Carrington.
Yes, those are all her guys.
Oh wow. Okay.
And that's pretty much all I have to say. I guess if she feels like she's empowered now, so be it. But you should have never let yourself get that nuts.
Great. Yeah. So who's next? Next, Shauna Reese.
Yeah, since you said crazy, I'm gonna stick with the C words and go with cuckoo. Uh, she, I just don't understand her way of thinking. So I guess she does feel empowered since she's the one that broke it off. And the she's sitting up there talking about, also about the fight. I thought that she, yeah, I was shocked that Boston was able to get up so quickly and to block and deflect, and it was much of
Hmm.
a fight. But you let her tell it, Ty tell it when she was telling Heidi on the phone, yeah, I done beat her up again, and what
Yeah.
one would come back for another butt whipping. So I was like,
Right.
well,
That part. That part right there. When she said that, I was like, "Girl, you
hmm
need to stop. Have you been drinking? What is going
yes,
on?"
and then too, when the friend got up and the friend was chasing after her. I think the friend wanted to fight her anyway. So the friend,
Yeah.
because the way she disrespected the friend, I probably would want to fight that individual.
Yeah. About the whole wig situation. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and for Boston to be the more mature ones, like, hey, come on, let's go. We got this, she's not worth it. That should have been Ty saying she's not worth
Yeah.
it. This is not worth the foolishness. And then when she
Right.
was sitting in the car and she was talking to her friend, and she was saying how, uh, oh, I wasn't talking to Heidi about the sweater. Saying that,
She was talking to her friend.
yeah,
Mhm.
so saying that she knew that the only way she could have got that sweater was if Heidi gave it to her. And then the friend was like, "How you know that?" Because she was saying how she couldn't get it online. So she's like, "Well, his friend, he had to either tell one of his friends to give her the sweater." So that
Mm.
was, I guess, that was the camera that broke the back. So it was all to me was because to me, if she would have just stuck with the storyline that she was fighting that girl because she showed her news, which
Mhm.
I think later on down the road, I think it's her. But if she would have just stuck with that, then hey, I'd have been behind her. But then when she started about she fighting over that man, knowing that she got all these other men that she can go to me it's just crazy. And like the saying about the puppet master thing, when she said that, I laughed because I agree too. Because if you the puppet master, just cut that string and you got another puppet. You don't need
Right.
to be playing games with him. And then she was saying how she got all the information she needed to get. I was wondering what information she got too, because
Exactly.
talk, you know. And then too, I was kind of she just the other C word is childish. Yeah, stick with the C's. So she's
Mhm.
childish because after the fight scene, she's gonna throw the water on the girl. And I was like, what's the point? What's going on with you? Now the the getting out the car after you let your friend buck you up, give you that encouragement to run out there and show your boobs to these prisoners. I was like, again, childish foolishness. You complaining that your kids gonna be watching your Instagram and they see all of that. So I'm pretty sure your children, if not someone that know your kids, is seeing this here and see that you done showed yourself to the left side of the jail. Um, and she got in the car, and when she got in the car, the first thing she does is cuss out Boston, and then cuss out Ty and not Ty, Holly and Boston, and it's like they can have one another. So, what was your purpose of doing that? Was you doing it to make them look bad, or trying to give you some sense of empowerment that you did it and they to deserve one another, and you can have any man that you want on the left side of the prison? To me, just foolishness, bunch of foolishness on her part. She needs to grow up. That's why I'm glad she's not in my age group, the 40s, because us 40s and above people are very more mature and adultish. She's in her 30s, and I'll give her that because she's in her 30s. So once she gets to her 40s, maybe she'll grow out of it. Because that's right to you 30-year-old people down there, 39 and below. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all just need to grow up. Or kick her out y'all age group. Yeah.
I know someone in her 60s acting like she in her 20s, so I don't know. I think it's just it depends on the person.
Yeah, I think it's part of
Okay.
their
Well,
personality
then
too.
I
Okay.
take that back. Then only
Yeah.
the people in their 40s wouldn't do anything like that. So
Yeah,
once
and because I have
30
to
people,
remind myself that she's a grandma.
uh,
I'm telling you, Ty, and then it's just her carelessness sometimes. Like Sean was saying, if you wanted to fight her because of nudes, that's one thing. I understand it. I'm not gonna tell somebody how to behave if their nudes are. But when she exposed herself at the jail, I'm like, okay, so now you're willing to oh my god, I forgot what the nudity charge is. Um,
Lewdness or something.
indecent
Oh, yeah,
exposure charge. Is that what
yeah,
we're doing now?
yeah. Indecent
You got
exposure.
3 babies at home? Like, come on.
mhm. Well, maybe she hopes she go to jail so that she can get herself a guy. You know.
Well, if she goes to jail, she's gonna be with women.
She's gonna be with a bunch of women unless she says she's transgender and she's a male.
No, no, no. She get her she get her guy from on the inside, on the outside. That the nasty
Oh, okay.
one.
Oh,
She
okay.
go on the dating
That's
because
what
she
you're
can
saying.
legally enter the dating system. You
Yeah.
know, because you can't be on singers.farmers if you're not a farmer. So
Hmm.
she got to be singer.jail or prisoner. Yeah. So
Well, she needs to think about that. She won't have Humberto in there with her. That
she
toy.
thinks she only do 3 months.
Look, her beat up sex toy. I know that toy was beat up looking.
She uses it too much.
Yep,
Yeah,
she got
You
that's
her.
gotta
not a
have
good
like a whole lot of sessions on Sundays.
Uh,
that is not a good thing. It's
Mm-mm.
not a good thing.
No.
mhm.
All right, Racy. So, what are your thoughts?
Um, I mean, I guess her scene was kind of short.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
was.
with everything y'all said. Like, um, she definitely because we had saw that she was gonna do that anyways, that flashing the thing, flashing. So it
Hmm.
made no sense. Why be mad about your nudes? Because now not only are your nudes out there on Instagram, but now you also go. You know how they have them little caught on camera shows and all that stuff. I bet you that junk is probably gonna circulate too. Or World's Dumbest and all that, where she
Yeah.
flashing. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that the police see those cameras and all that stuff, and you know what I mean, you know who you are. So it's like
Right.
that was just dumb. Um, and obviously you don't care about the world seeing them, but she keep popping them out every time she fight, every time she get in the shower, every time. You know what I'm saying? She
I know
kind
she
of
pull out Humberto. We see them. It's
yeah,
just crazy.
yeah. So she do the most anyways. Um, I'm glad she finally leaving Boston and Hottie alone because obviously that's one of them things that wasn't going away. And to me, um, the fact that that girl has been trying to reach out to her for that amount of time shows that to me that would have been enough to tell me that there was something more going on than what he was telling me because this girl wouldn't keep bothering you for as long as she did. You know what I'm saying? Meeting up with you and all that stuff. Like when somebody really ready to meet up with you, it's probably some truth to it. Because I'm sorry, I wouldn't meet up with nobody knowing I'm lying or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like she been had the evidence, but if that's all she needed was to see the sweatshirt, then good for her. Move on. Like you got all these other men, like everybody said. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's like it wasn't a whole lot to it. So yeah, I guess we'll just see next. She, you know what I'm saying? I think she's gonna always be on that show because she always wants inmates. So I guess we'll see her next set
Yeah.
of.
Look, she can't even graduate to life after lockup. She can't.
No,
Nah, she surely
she's not
can.
going to. She don't want to.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So our
Now,
next
one
topic.
more thing about her that
Sure.
I was like, that was crazy for her to say that. Is how she was saying that Boston stole uh, the love of her life. She thought that she was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this dude is going to be in jail for 40 years, and this is
Hmm.
supposed to be your soulmate. And another woman stole your jailbird away from you, uh, something wrong, something wrong. You know, I don't know what's wrong with it, but something wrong.
I'm
But
telling you, her use of words in this episode was just crazy to me. Crazy on a whole new level. But absolutely. All right, so next we had Haley and Dalton, right? Okay, so we find out that Haley and Dalton, they haven't spoken in weeks. All right. So she goes to meet up with her friend Emily. They're on a gondola ride, right? So they're floating down whatever waterway they're at. I'm not really familiar with Dallas like that, so I'm not sure where they were at. Johnny might be able to tell us where they were. Um, but when I saw them like approaching the gondola and then they got on it, I was like, most people get on gondolas for romantic excursions. What are these two girls doing on there? And then we soon see because Emily starts professing her love for Haley. She says that she's in love with her. Um, Haley doesn't really respond to it, but they do kiss each other. Like Emily kisses Haley, and then Haley had turned around and kissed Emily, and then they were both kissing each other. And I don't know if you guys saw, like the people who were walking around, they were like looking at them like,
Yeah, like they crazy.
yeah, they were giving them crazy looks on the gondola, right? And so the next scene we see with Haley, she's actually at her house getting ready for her video call with Dalton. And so here we go. Haley's talking about she doesn't know where her and Dalton stand, but she feels like she just has like friendly feelings for Emily, right? And so she ends up getting onto the video call with him, and he has sent her a package. So she opens it up while they're on the video call, and it's a big picture. It was a hand drawn picture of her and her son. So she's just like, oh, she's so emotional and caught up in the moment that it's crazy. She actually apologizes to Dalton,
Yeah.
which I was like, girl, have you lost your mind? Why are you
Mm.
apologizing to him when you got all the confirmation you needed from his family that he really ain't ish? But you're gonna apologize to him, okay? Um, and so she asks him, has he talked to his ex? And he says, no, he hasn't talked to her. Which, what is he gonna tell you? And so he asks her a question like, well, when I get out, what are we going to do? What are you going to do to me? And she's like, well, I'm going to stop taking birth control when you get out so I can get pregnant. Yeah. I almost threw my drink at the screen when she said that. I'm like, girl, how about you at least let him get out and you see what in the heck he got going on? Why are you already plotting to get pregnant? Yeah, but I don't know. What is everyone else's thoughts on Dalton and Haley this week? Because maybe I'm being a little too
Well,
much for Haley. I'm gonna calm down over here.
I was disappointed because I really didn't expect her to be just completely head over heels back for him again. Like I thought it would at least, you know what I mean? Like even if she had like I ain't saying I want her to go date the girl, but I'm like at least as somebody who ain't trying to play you. I feel like, um, I don't know. I was disappointed she ran back to Dalton so quick. I mean, I know it's been a couple weeks, but and then when she apologized, I was over that part too. I was like, what? What are you apologizing for? Like you apologizing for uh, telling him you found out that he asked for the same amount of money that his girlfriend needed to get out of jail. I'm like, what in the world? So I was so confused. And then the only thing positive out of that was that picture. Like that picture was beautiful.
It
Um,
was.
she looked really pretty in the picture. The little boy, like it was a beautiful picture. So if nothing else comes out of that, she did get that picture, which was super cool. So I'm like, I mean, he lost a lot of money. He probably still gonna play her. Probably not even gonna be with her when he get out. But she got the picture, so I mean that's really all I could say because the rest of it was very disappointing. Oh, and with the gondola ride, I mean it is a pretty gay thing to do with the same sex, but I did that in Vegas. Like me and my homegirl, we wanted to get on it, so we got on it. We just
Yeah.
went kissing. we went past somebody else getting married on, and we was cheering them on as we went by. And then like the dude was singing to us. I was like, this feel real gay, but you know, it is what it is. Like it is for couples, I guess. But we want to ride the gondola too, so whatever. But yeah, all that extra that they did. I'm like, you leading that girl on too by kissing on her, kissing her back, and all this stuff. If you know you still want to be with Dalton, so I don't know. It was weird. I was very disappointed. At first, I was like, okay, yay, she's really gonna move on from Dalton. Then when she get on the phone with him, and it was like nothing changed, and she's like, I know he's for me, and we're gonna be together for real. We feel the same way. We're on the same boat. We're on the same page in the same book. And I'm just like, no, y'all not. This
Yeah, and
dude's
then she
been
was like,
playing
"It's
you.
refreshing. It's refreshing."
Yeah. I mean, he should have gotten her that picture. Like, you messed up, and you almost messed up with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna play, if you ain't planning on being with her, you sure almost lost her. So, um,
Then, then
what he
her
did was what
statement.
he was supposed to do.
Yeah, and then what was crazy was her statement when she said, "Yeah, he realizes what he lost and he misses me."
No, I don't
I didn't
agree.
realize
But
he's lost out on some money, maybe. But I
yeah, cause y'all know, like, I always feel bad for her. But I'm like, okay, you putting yourself in a bad situation right now, so that's gonna be on her now. I'm like, I can't keep feeling sorry for her if you're gonna just keep letting that dude just smooth talk you when you know he wrong and you know he been playing you, and now you probably gonna go back to spending your money on him and not your son. So I can't feel bad for that. Like,
right,
first time shame on you. Now every time after this is gonna be shame on her. You know,
exactly.
first time shame on Dalton, but now, yeah, it's all her now.
Hmm.
That's all I had.
Okay.
Yeah. The I don't even think she got the picture is a good thing because she paid $20,000 for it. So
I know.
should have wrapped it in some ramen news around the framed it in ramen news. So she can get something out of it, something more out of it. But I the ride with the girl, yeah, I was like, you leading the woman on. You just broke up with the love of your life, and you feeling neglected, feeling used, and now this here lady's showing you some attention, and you happy to get some attention, and you she knew that in the back of her mind that she really wasn't ready to move on, then she shouldn't really kiss the girl. She should have told the girl, then hold on, let's let me do some more thinking, because the girl was saying how she felt like I don't want to come between you and you in relationship and all that there. So she should have told the girl then whether or not, yeah, you're right, let's just take it slow. And then later on tell her, well, nah, I'm interested. I'm not interested. Because I think that was wrong. Like I said, like
Yeah,
Reese agreed to. I agree with Reese. I'm not saying that she needs to get with the girl, but,
right.
uh, you shouldn't have let that woman on. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
especially if she's your friend
right,
first. You know,
right,
you shouldn't leave her
right.
alone.
So, and then when she goes in at the house and getting ready for that, the video call comes on and she's like, I'm gonna show Dalton what he's missing out on. No, it's more she was missing out on him. And she was happy to hear from him. And two, when she had apologized, I was like, why is she apologizing? Saying that he should have, first thing he should have did was apologize. So
Right.
then I looked back and rewinded, and she sent in the letter. I guess he supposedly apologized in the letter, but it still didn't sound like he was saying he was sorry for what he did. It was more like a, with generic apology. And so then I was like, well, maybe that's the reason why she felt like she had to apologize, because she believed in his letter that he apologized for it. But still, he should have been the first one. So I didn't like that she had apologized to him verbally. He should have been begging for her forgiveness. And then too, when it had came back and showed the scene where she was reading the letter, I kind of paused on it so I can look at it. And from what I was making out, it was like he was saying that I can't believe that you believe that I would do something like that. So then I was like, well, maybe that's why she apologized, because she felt like she believed that he's innocent and everybody else is wrong. Because seeing how Doggy can't do no wrong in her eyesight, because after she did all that whining and complaining and throwing the middle fingers from way to across the road, talking about he can see me and we're done, and then a month later, she's back head over heels for him. So he's going to get the rest of the money, and the only thing she gets is a picture out of it. And I think it's supposed to be, according to what he was saying, the thing that up for probation or parole in January. If he gets out, then I hope she don't do it. But based off the way she acting, I'm pretty sure she's going to put his name on the deed of that house.
She
And
probably is.
yeah, so
And something else I was thinking about, they were saying, hopefully it'll be up by Valentine's. You, I don't know why is that. Okay, so that means this show has been airing during all that time. I wonder, get out? Because he would have been out by
uh-huh. Yeah. So hopefully when he gets out, she moves on. Because if not, I agree with Lisa again. That's all on her, you know. And she needs to open up her eyes and see Dalton for who he is. Because they're saying that he done showed her who he is and what he's about. And when the whole time she was complaining to him about the $20,000 I could have spent on my kid last episode, he wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't apologizing about that, So, and he just, I don't think that didn't work out. So hopefully she open up her eyes and move forward. But uh, I, I guess I have more hope and dream in that. So, yeah.
All right, so Johnny, tell us about Haley and Dalton this week. Your thoughts?
Um, I have to admit I wasn't surprised. Now it did throw me with the chick because she cut her hair. So seeing her again this go round was kind of like, who is that? Is that the other girl? Which it was, and we were right in our thoughts last time that she was uh, going after Haley or pursuing Haley. Um, I can't believe she would. I could not imagine being. That just shows how good he is with his words, and the fact that he is able to manipulate her to make her feel like she had to apologize first.
Yeah,
Like, that is crazy. I was sitting there like, oh my gosh. And then when she talked about having his kid already, I was like, girl, 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 girl. He's going to steal all your money and leave you and that kid if you do get pregnant after he gets out of jail. Like, that's nuts. I didn't see on the when they did the final, like where everybody is. I don't remember what they said about his release date, but goodness
yeah.
gracious, I hope it's a long time
Uh,
away.
they said that he was hoping to be out by Valentine's Day.
uh, I hope he's still in jail.
I know, because otherwise he is out
Why?
manipulating,
Why?
terrorizing Haley if he's out.
That's crazy, but I
Why
mean,
you hope he's still in jail?
that's just nuts. He's
I
gonna
said I
take
hope
that
he is.
girl for a ride, and she don't even see it.
No,
Like,
Uh,
because
I
she's
just
so
can't
blinded
believe.
by this love she has for him.
Yeah, and it's love that he don't even. Like I said, he's one of those master manipulator words people. He can. That's scary. And it
Yes,
sucks watching somebody go through that and them not even listen to everybody around him, not even his parents. Like she's not even listening to his mother. Of all people who know their kids, their mother
right,
does.
exactly.
So it's gonna be tough to watch, man.
So happy Saturday, Egypt.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
That's
Hey,
gonna be tough to watch. So I guess we'll see.
But I
yeah,
think that for Haley's sake, it's best that he's out of jail. Because if he's in jail, he can still just write those letters and manipulate her
Ah,
even more so. So at least
uh,
if he's out, and she wants to cuss him out, she can go straight to his house and cuss him out in
well,
front of his
this is
face
it.
and move on.
Like, I hope he stays locked. I mean, he gets out. Haley can see what's going on, and then she can move on. She's a really nice person, so I'd like to see her find a nice guy.
well, I
Yeah.
see what y'all are
Somebody.
saying because the longer he's left up, the more he's able to manipulate. And there's only so long, so many times you can listen to people's words and their actions not match. So
Mhm.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
And then I hope that he don't break her heart to where she becomes an evil person. You know.
Yeah, she will. I mean, if she caught her baby daddy and best friend in the bed and she ain't evil, she's still naive. So I don't
So
think it's in her. It might not be in her DNA to have that kind of evilness in her.
got
Maybe not turn into Cruella Deville, although she likes dressing like her.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mhm. Well, alrighty then. Okay, so next we saw Santiva. I'll just say Santiva by herself because at this point Santiva is by herself.
Girl, you should have saved that one for last. That's all 2 seconds.
I know. It's just a
No,
little filler.
she's the
Just a
only
little
one I
filler.
loved. I loved her.
Look, just a little filler so our voices can recoup from talking about Haley and everybody. All right. So we see Santiva. She's like at a shore or something. I'm calling it a shore. I don't really know what that area was she was at, but that's what I just called it. All right. So she is reflecting on what happened between her and I know this is not his name, but I enjoy calling him Paisley. So she's reflecting on her relationship with her and Paisley. And so he calls her, while she's out reflecting. How convenient, right? And so, she's kind of like, "What's going on? Why are you calling me again? Why are you on my phone?" And so he tells her that, he guess he's calling her for closure, right? And so, and so they're talking, and she gets hyped up. But I can understand she's got a lot of thoughts going on in her mind. She was just thinking about the situation, probably getting mad in her head. And so Taisley gives her this actually the most sorriest excuse for ghosting her. So he says after he got out now, not while he was in, but after he got out, he had looked at her Facebook page and he saw some comments from a guy and it made him mad. So of course Santiva is going off. So you stopped talking to me because you saw something on my page, Lord. But he gets her to calm down. And she was like, you used me. You were a sleazeball and you used me. And he said, no, he didn't use her, that he realized he could do better than her. To me, it's like, you were a mate and you got the nerve to tell me you could have done better than me.
Oh gosh.
Roger
That is
that. I
funny.
got you. Yes. And so he, she was like, yes, you did. You used me. You got money from me. And he's like, I never needed you. Another huge slap in the face. Yeah, you did. You needed her. That's why you were asking her for money. And then to add insult onto injury, um, she was like, "You wasted a year of my life," and he's like, "No, it was just a couple of months." And then, and then he didn't even stop there with the insult.
It was
So
only a few months.
she was like, "I was sending you money," and he was like, "You sent me $20 a week." I don't care. She was still sending you money. Like you are so ungrateful. You are ungrateful SOB. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what are your thoughts on Sativa and Paisley? Shit, it made me
I
mad.
was I was happy for her that she was able to hang the phone up in his face.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing she was able to get out of that thing. But he's a fool. He talking that crazy talk. You know what I'm saying? And this coming from the man that backed Stan. You know what I'm saying? He's a fool. This dude crazy.
Right.
This woman send you $20 a month, not a month, a week. I think she sent it. Oh, not only that, the doggone email sex. Talk about
Yeah.
her. So you got off on the email sex. Did she actually send those pictures?
Hmm.
Yep, yep. So you got the
Yeah.
pictures. You got your free
That's what
moment
she was
noodles.
worried he was trading for new.
Yep. So he got his noodles for the pictures. And she did all that stuff for him to talk about. I didn't need you. I could have did better. And
Right.
if you could have came up with a better excuse, then I saw somebody send you a Facebook post.
Yeah.
The
And then
person,
what was? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cut you off.
no, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it didn't even make sense. So
No,
you're
it
telling
didn't.
after you got out, didn't call me, didn't tell me anything about you getting out. You went onto my Facebook and then saw something that you didn't like, but you didn't bother to say anything to me about you
Nothing at
leaving.
all. But between the time that he saw the Facebook post, didn't say
Mm-hmm.
nothing to her, and the phone call, he got engaged.
Right.
So, and the woman that he was engaged to came and picked you up. So, how could she pick you up if you done sent the scene, the post thing? And that's the reason why we broke up, or the reason why you can do better than me. So I felt good for her because she was
Mm-hmm.
screaming and shouting at the man, and then she was like, said hello to my new friend, Click. He was like, huh? And he just hung the phone up. Because other than that, I felt bad for the whole situation. She thought that she found someone that was going to be her actual soulmate, unlike the other knuckleheads. She I was rooting for her, but even though, hopefully she finds someone else because this guy ain't he showed who he is, and now
Oh
she
yeah.
can move on. She can move on. Let him go. There's no more need to be wasting tears over this guy. You know,
Right.
yeah, because he's a bum and a
I
jerk.
think that's probably the only time I felt bad for her because I could kind of relate to it. Once she got done and had hung up that phone and she was crying, I was like, I know that's all the emotions coming out, girl. Let it come out. Let it
Yeah, let
come
it out.
out.
Let it out. And she's right there by the sea, so she can just let it all fall in the river. Just
Yeah.
let it out. You know what I'm saying? Dry your eyes and move on.
Hmm.
Now what she do need to do is pay her mama back. That's what she need to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Give your mama them $20 that you saving a week until she
Hmm.
pay give her mama her money back. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts?
I did. I felt sorry for her at the end when she started crying, but I
Hmm.
was laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because he is the worst.
He was like a straight ass.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, and that's weird to me because I didn't understand what kind of closure he really needed when he hadn't really talked to her for a few weeks. So I don't really know what was the purpose of the phone call. Maybe he thought she was just gonna fall back and give him that $20 again, or
Yeah.
I don't know what it was that made
And
him
maybe
call
he
her
was
back.
hoping. Yeah, maybe he was hoping to up it to $40 a week.
Yeah, maybe he thought. But
Yeah.
I do think it's funny. I think it was kind of like one of those reality moments where it's like, I send you money. You send me
Yeah.
$20.
That was messed up.
Come
He was like, I
on.
wasted.
Like, don't
Yes,
get
he was
it
like, I
twisted.
wasted a year of my life. He was like, no, it was just a couple of months.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like yeah,
and
like don't sit here and make it seem like you're giving me hundreds of dollars a week or something. You gave me
then,
$20. But I thought that was funny. So then it's like if she's only giving him $20, where the hell was all the rest of the money that her mom gave her going?
that tan
But
is the line because she's a little
I
over tan.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, that was sad. I kind of felt her for that.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah.
that was tough, but it
She talking
wasn't that
about
tough. Huh?
that's not what my money said. Or
Yeah,
what
I
she
know,
said
right?
my
That's right.
checkbook
Oh,
says.
yeah,
Right,
when she said a whole year, no, it's been a few months.
right,
he just
right.
he just like kept crushing everything she thought. Like
Yeah,
her reality wasn't what his reality was. And I do think when he kept telling her to stop trying to come down, I mean, obviously we didn't hear all the phone calls between them on top of I don't know how much we pays the inmates for this because obviously they have to get paid, right?
yeah.
So did he only
Yes.
participate so he could get a paycheck? So
That's a
it's just
possibility. Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
it
Because
was
that's probably why he
interesting.
needed closure. He needed
Yeah,
closure
so he
because he
could
needed
get
that
his
last
final
check.
check.
yeah. He wanted to close out his last pay period.
Yeah, I can see that. But I did the credits say at the end that she's now talking to somebody else who won't get out for 10 years?
Good
Yes,
Lord, she found another prisoner?
So
yes. She has another
she
one.
hasn't learned her lesson,
Ooh,
but
10
Not
years.
at all.
to
So
each her own.
$20 a week, $20 a week is that 120 a month?
It's only 80.
Oh, 80? Oh, so I was thinking 5 weeks. Okay. So
Oh,
80
52 weeks. If you do it by 52 weeks, it's like $1,000 a year.
times 10. Oh Lord, her mama gonna be broke.
Oh, see, when you put it like that, it's like, what is it to put a 20 in a jar somewhere and keep going every week? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that, and then the next time we talk, I'll be like, "That's how much she sent him."
And I'm gonna tell you that's only $20. That's
Yeah.
only $20 a week. Don't get all the big head, Johnny.
I know, right? So, but yeah, that was nuts. I'm sorry, I just kept laughing. I'm pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did her dirty. Um, so I think I saw according to Amber, and she was saying that, I mean, I guess she had showed, like, I guess Santiva did a live, and she's saying like the new dude is like really treating her really good, and he actually don't ask for money. He sends her like pictures and stuff, the stuff they make and all that, and he doesn't ask her for money. So I guess she's super happy. But because of the way I
Ooh.
watched it, I didn't see the little clips of where they are now or whatever. So I
Mhm.
didn't realize he in jail for 10 years. That's too much. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't think I could just see myself waiting that long to see somebody or to meet him because he in a whole nother state too. So, but
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I agree with everything y'all said. Like that dude, he was just trifling. It's like he rebutted everything, and I'm like, don't downplay it because you was sitting on the phone telling that girl you love her and all that stuff. So it ain't like she was just delusional. You know what I mean? We heard him say it, so it ain't like she just making it up. You know what I mean? And then him to
Yeah.
say, oh, it was only 20 a week. I mean, that's still better than nothing. Like she didn't have to give you anything. So I don't know. Cause when I saw the little live thing with her, she was also like, he said he could do better, but and she said I guess they didn't show it, but he was saying his life is so much better now, and he's successful, and she was like, but look at him now, and I'm like, it's true. So at the end, he said all that stupid stuff, but she got the last laugh because you know what I'm saying? Like literally this dude probably finna be back in jail for a long time. Arson and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
that was something I was going to bring up. He burnt down the trailer of his new woman.
yeah.
Set
Some people
fire.
were saying I think Santiba was hinting at it on like something that it might have been like a meth type thing. Not and then
Mm.
somebody else was saying an insurance fraud. She's saying it might have been a meth explosion or something. I don't know. Either way, she's better off without him. I hope this new inmate really is not as bad, but I mean, I don't know. I still think it's just crazy. Like if I got hurt that bad, I don't think I'd be looking for another inmate,
Right.
especially after I got used like that. So like I felt bad for her, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, at least she's done with him. At least she, you know what I'm saying? And I did like how she hung up on him and all that because I was like, she deserved to at least get that, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
he wasn't doing nothing but being mean anyway. She might as well have hung up that phone.
yeah,
Uh,
but
See,
she
this is
got a
why
good like
I
hang
didn't
up, like,
understand. Sorry, Reese.
oh no, go ahead.
I just didn't understand why she didn't call him out about the other woman and Facebook and all that stuff.
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
as soon as he said something about me going on of finding some page where some inmate said something about my picture, I've been like, oh, you mean like your fiance, who you have on Facebook that you ain't tell me about? Yeah, that's exactly how I found it.
Right. I would have been like, oh, Facebook? Oh, isn't that funny? Let's discuss Facebook. I
I
saw
know.
this little
She let him get away
fiance.
with it.
Right, because I would have used it, girl. I love throwing that little in there. I saw you and your little fiance on Facebook, and
Yeah,
Agent House says, I know about this all too well. Girl,
we all do. We
yes,
all do.
totally understand it. I just wish she had stood up for herself on that phone a little bit better than what she did. But like I said, at the end, I did understand the tears. So like I said, girl, cry it out. Cry him out of you, you know? So, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so next, y'all know my least favorite ever of this show, Max and Tara. I should have just named it Max as well as like I did Santiva, because Max is basically on the screen whining that he hasn't heard from Tara. Basically, woe is me. I don't know if she's using me when she gets bored. I was just like, shut up, Max.
Yeah,
And
because soon
so
as she call him, he gonna be right back to.
I
exactly.
know. What is she using him for? You ain't gave no money.
Mm-mm.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And so he is saying his relationship with Alyssa has gotten better. I'm like, okay, so now you're back over here playing with Alyssa. Shoot, I would have been like, I ain't got time for you if I was Alyssa, and you can get out of my house. Okay? Over here looking like who did we say he looked like? He looked like somebody crazy, but whatever. He looks like the human version of some crazy superhero. All right, and so he lets us know he's met a new inmate, Elizabeth. And so we see him video chatting with her. She's being flirty and stuff and, shaking her butt and stuff for him. And so he asks her, when do you get out? She says, 2032. And the way she said it was like, it was no big deal. Like, oh, next week, oh, I get out in 2032. And he's like, well, how long have you been in? 5 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just been 5 years.
And then don't forget she said, and I'm so excited.
Yes, yes. And then what was even crazy? He seemed bothered when she said it. But then afterwards, he was like, well, I mean, if she keeps calling, keeps being nice, I can continue to talk to her. La, la, la. So for 10 years, you can be strung along. I hope she runs out on you like Tara did. Did you? Did you just so crazy? So Egypt says, I'm in a real life relationship. The only thing is that I didn't just meet the person. Okay.
Oh,
Tell
okay.
me more, Egypt. So Egypt is telling us she is not in denial like Santiva or Max. That's what it sounds like, or Max. That's what I understand. Because these two irritated and irked me so bad. It's like I could have been clipping my toenails instead of watching it. But what were your thoughts about Tara, Max, this new girl Elizabeth, and her prison exit date of 2032?
Man, this dude got a new prisoner every other day. I'm like, dude, wasn't we just with the one with Vegas? I'm like, what's going on? And then I don't understand why did they say Tara's name, Elizabeth's name, but then they couldn't say the one in Vegas name. You know what I mean? Like, what's up with that?
Well, she must not have signed a release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's just like he just need to get his life together because now I feel like he using Alessa so he can have a place to live again because he's always sleeping on that dude's couch eating potato chips.
Yeah.
But like she the only real person. Like she's here. You keep messing with these chicks that's in for like the one in Vegas. We don't know how long she's gonna be in because her case is just not going. I guess. And then the one that he just started talking to that was dancing and stuff. She's in for another 10 years. So it's like, dude, and you got this beautiful girl right here living in her house. Talking about some, I don't know where our relationship's gonna go. I'm like, boy, sit yourself down somewhere. He's like, I don't know where our relationship's gonna go, but I met a new inmate. I'm like, get out of here. I was like, mm-mm. I can't with him. He gets on my nerves. And then when he was like flexing his muscles and junk, I was like, dude, you don't even look
Yeah, I was
good.
like,
You know somewhere.
look,
Sit
I'm
down.
like, corny, tomato, tomato, tomato.
Yeah. Yes. Basically.
Yeah.
She
So
was
it
feeling
just
it, but
said,
I was like, mm-mm.
yeah. So it just says, oh, OMG 32 child. Yeah, she said it like it's 3 years. She really did. She made it sound like it wasn't that long.
Yeah, that mess.
But the way she said it, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Like,
yes, I forgot what she
dude,
said.
that's 11 years away. I was like, hold up, what year are we in? Because I had to double check myself and be like, are we at just 22?
And so we
I
got
guess she was.
Sade. Sade says, I'm watching and enjoying. Continue this. Thank you,
Thank
Sade.
you.
How to do?
I think it's crazy because even to say like 5 years down, 10 more to go, it's like 5 years down, 10 to go. I'm so excited. You ain't even halfway. At least get to
Yes,
halfway before you say
exactly.
you excited. Like,
Yes.
dang,
I wonder
Look,
this
what
shit
she
got
her
a
days
long
are
time.
like in jail. She's too happy to be happy that she still got 10 years left.
right.
She
Yeah.
must have some wonderful things happening to her in jail.
Yeah, and she glad she not getting out no time soon.
You
Like,
know,
Right.
like, oh, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
excited.
Mm-mm. She
All
must
right.
have a window view.
I know that, but you know what? You might be right.
Oh yeah. To get to see
uh,
all the flipping off, the boobs,
She used to
everything.
see the boobs and the
I'm sure
flip.
there's other body parts that probably come through if they doing all this. I'm sure.
mhm. But yeah, because when he said it, after he repeated it, it's like his jaw just dropped. Like, whoa, wait a minute, 32. But but
Thanks,
yeah, I
Ethan.
agree. But yeah, I agree that I think the only reason why he made up with old girl is so he can have a place to stay. That
Yeah,
sofa
Hmm.
was getting a little bit too hard,
Yeah,
messing up
his
right.
his.
roommate was getting a little too creepy, picking out his
Ah,
clothes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he says
And his
time.
roommate was probably making him clean up because I had a feeling Alyssa over there cleaning up behind him, washing his clothes, ironing his clothes, doing all the stuff she has no business doing. But
Hmm.
Well, he didn't put a lock on his snack cabinet. Like, dang, dude, you don't just eat some chips; you eat the whole bag.
okay. Then he was probably dropping crumbs on the on dude's couch. He was tired of him.
Burning
Yeah.
holes and stuff.
Hmm. Because the whole thing too, I think with the prisoners, he just don't want to be in a committed relationship. Because if he just and two, he probably took classes in Ty's classes, how to have multiple prisoners, lovers.
What? I don't get it. Nice pair of hair. Okay.
You got pretty hair. You got
By
pretty
the
hair.
way, yeah, okay.
That's nice.
But he like
Yeah, that was
redheads.
nice.
All right now,
Yeah. All right. So, Sean,
that's
what
me.
about Max crying over Tara every episode?
I don't know. I think he's just doing it for the show. He's doing it
Yeah, you
because.
know what? I'm getting very much so that everything with him is he just wants to be on TV.
Hmm.
He wants to promote his OnlyFans, and that's what this is all about. I feel like. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it's
because
like, yeah, you crying about Tara, but every time we turn around, you jump and try to find another inmate.
right. 'Cause I was gonna say it's not too much love there because soon as she don't call, you pick up and find somebody else. Then she called, you drop that person, and then you're
Hmm.
back on the roller coaster, and then you're crying about how she's not giving you the attention you need. Then you get the
Right.
new girl that's gonna be until 2032, and you happy that she jumped on the video call. Like, oh,
Right.
finally someone on the video call. Yay. I get to see what it looks like behind bars.
Right.
You know what? When he said that, I was like, dude, if I was her, I'd have been like, well, dang, how many inmates do you talk to? Because he was like, finally, somebody picked up. I'm like, what? That sounds desperate.
Oh, I think we don't have enough followers. That's why you can't do a super chat to us. I'm sorry.
Thank you, though. That's nice.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate it. So thank you for trying to support us. Absolutely. So, I guess we got out that little hot second that Max was on the TV screen. Oh, and then the recap for them was that um, Tara and Max, no, Max and Alyssa, they're back sleeping in the same bed together. I, I feel like that was coming. That was definitely
That's all they
coming.
said.
I think that's it. That's all I remember. Do y'all remember seeing something else? I'm telling you, I'll be rolling my eyes the whole time. He's on the screen, so I could have missed.
uh,
Mm,
I didn't see any of them, so I don't know.
yeah, I didn't see him either.
yeah, but it wasn't too much more to it. You know, they're sleeping in the same bed. Probably has another inmate now. You know. Oh,
She need to let him go, man.
Yeah, he said that she was seeing other people, but he didn't tell her about it now. So now he's starting to lie.
yeah.
Oh, but why he got a life? They not in a relationship.
Exactly. Because when he was being honest, she was giving him hell.
Hmm.
So that's why you
Oh,
just need to go ahead and find your damn own spot and take care
right.
of your own business.
Well, he don't want commitment. He fearful of commitment. He don't want to commit to a lease. He don't want to commit to a woman, a real woman, live woman. So yeah. Just what you call it.
Oh, that's right, because he's been cheated on too much.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he again? 23,
He's 20 something.
Like 24, I think.
24. Oh, okay. Wow. So let's say he's been dating since he was 16. Yeah, it's a whole lot of cheating. So, all right.
Yeah. Well, it's still going to Indy and Harry. Okay. So Indy is back home and she's talking with her psychic.
uh,
Sorry, I can't say it without laughing. And so she's talking about her future with Harry. So, she's all giggly, almost a little schoolgirl. Oh, future with Harry, what do you see? Do you see marriage? And so, so like I said, she's asking questions about Harry. The psychic told her she does see them getting married, but she does see that Harry might hook up with a girl. And then she comes back and says she does think he's cheated on her, right? And so she says, okay, so then we see that Indy is upset by the things that the psychic advisor has said. So she goes over to her sister's house. All right. And so she reveals to her sister that she has gone through his iCloud pictures, right? That's my thing. Okay. So you bought this man a phone. You're going through his iCloud and you see that he's got pictures of naked girls and all this other stuff in there. Um, if you're this upset, why didn't you turn his phone off? Like
and she
that was
wouldn't be
I
able
don't
to talk to him.
oh I guess maybe so. But if I'm this hot, and so she ends up actually like FaceTiming with Harry. And she noticed he's drinking. She says it out her own mouth that he's been smoking since he's been in that halfway house. And so she asks him if he cheated on her. And of course, Harry gives her some explanations. My thing is, I'm thinking that most likely he just has the pictures. He probably has not cheated on her, but hey, I could be wrong. His responses were kind of like, well, if you want to believe that and if you want to move on, I think he said no, but I can't remember if he said no or not. But y'all can help me out with that. Yeah, and then we see the recap for them. Um, she's saying that her and Harry are still together, and when he gets out, she plans to be at the release to pick him up. So, any thoughts on actually, before I jump on there, Sade asks us a question. Says, guys, I'm going out with someone tomorrow for the first time. Is there any advice I can get from you guys? Um, hmm.
Just be yourself and have fun.
Yeah,
If the person don't like who you are, then they ain't for you.
Right.
right.
The next don't go in with too many expectations.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go with the flow and have fun. How long has it been since you dated?
that's a good question. Yeah, yeah. So maybe he'll answer us. So in the meantime, as he's typing up his answer, um, any thoughts on Indy and Harry this week?
No, another crazy. Because I would have been pissed. I would have been like, why didn't you tell me he was going to cheat on me when I talked to you when I went all the way out there in the first damn place?
Exactly.
How are you gonna tell me he cheated on me now? Well, I guess it's good to know he didn't mess around with any men in jail. Maybe that's the whole difference. Because now
Yeah,
he's out, so he can access the women who are local.
right.
Why didn't
Right.
you tell me he needed physical touch and I would have left my ass out there?
All right. I would have stayed in that rundown Roach Motel. I would
You
have been there.
know? Um,
Uh,
but I don't know. I think their relationship's gonna be crazy because obviously he's gonna just keep cheating anyway based on the previews.
mhm.
So, and I love how men deflect.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like she is a friend, currently a friend. She's been around you around a year and a half almost. All righty. So I guess the biggest thing is to make sure it is a romantic situation that she wants to be in with you. I would try to figure that out possibly on the date. So we angle to go about your because you don't want to push something romantic if that's not what she's looking for. So I don't know. Anybody else have
I
anything?
see. Wear something nice.
Preferably not something that looks like something that Max would wear. His clothes are so plain. Clothes
We'll
are
wear
just
a shirt that he fits.
right. Exactly. Okay. Any other thoughts on Indy and Harry?
Man.
Oh, Egypt. Oh, I miss Egypt. She says he's a child. I'm assuming she's talking about Harry. Because Harry, I think Harry's the youngest guy on here, right?
Yeah, he's like 23 or something.
Oh,
I
she,
mean,
she still
he's
be
very
talking
chill.
about Max now.
I hope. I'm a roll with. I think she's talking about Harry. I mean,
Uh,
Yeah,
but
I feel like I'm over this whole this this psychic thing. Like I've been over it from the first time, but now it's to me it's getting worse. It's like, okay, and in the same statement you said we're gonna get married, but you also said he's cheating on me, he's going to cheat, and he's currently cheating. I'm like, what kind of stuff is this? And then she said, so if you don't want to deal with it, get out now. But you just said we're gonna get married. Ain't
right,
she predicting the future? So that means we're gonna get married even though he is still cheating and all that stuff. So you really messing with people's heads, woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
like,
well, that's
we
how
just
she's
gonna
never
listen to this
wrong.
little swinging pendulum and that's it. Like,
I know.
no, she better off if she just get a magic 8 ball because I'm like, no. And then on top of it, how you gonna sit here? I know, look, there you go. Will I win the lottery? What the brush say?
Here you go.
Will I win the lottery? Come on, yes.
Yes.
Since
Yes.
she was staring at it so intensely, I'm
Now come back and say no.
Oh, this is no. This is no.
uh, so I'm gonna win it, but I'm not gonna win it.
Right.
So what that mean? I win it, but I lose my ticket, I guess.
You're gonna win it.
yeah.
It's only gonna be like $3.
Look,
Um,
you should buy the ticket unless it's gonna cause you financial hardship. That's the kind of mess she's on.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
you'll
I'm
win the lottery,
like,
buy the ticket, but if you can't afford the ticket, don't buy the ticket.
it just
It's like
didn't
this
make any
one.
sense. I'm like,
It
this is
really,
just dumb. Like, and then for her, to me, it's like, okay, either you gonna take what the psychic said and leave him alone, or you when you confront him, you either gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, so like I said, did you cheat? And he's like, no. I'm asking you, did you cheat? You know, now I do understand when she said, I'm not gonna say nothing. I just want to know the truth. You can be honest, okay? But she asked him that question about 5 times before she even said that part. So I'm like, okay, the dude already said no. So either you gonna take what the psychic said and move on, or you gonna take what he said and move on. But I'm like, but just sitting here acting like, you know what I'm saying, asking him the same question over and over, you ain't doing nothing but making him mad because it was making me mad. And
right,
so I don't know. I'm just like, that's that whole situation. I'm like, I feel like that psychic is really messing her up and she need to leave the psychic alone.
right,
Because we don't know. Like you said, Harry could have just had those pictures, but haven't acted on anything yet. Just because he did a video chat with somebody and they were nude doesn't mean they slept together. So I don't know. I mean, it does mean he's not being faithful if that's a current like video, but
yeah. Well, it's
it
got to be because that's a new phone. Andy got him that
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know. And then too, why you putting stuff like that on your phone knowing she got access to it? That's so stupid, man. People do stupid stuff.
Well, he probably
He's
don't know
young.
because he's been
He
in
don't
jail.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
true,
So,
true.
I don't think he realizes she's able to log in like that.
Oh,
But
that's
see, what
true.
I don't like is why do you have to beat around the bush? Are you cheating on me? No, it's I saw your Snapchat. No, I saw your iCloud. No, I saw the video chat. Like, what the hell? Why don't you just say what you saw and let him explain it as opposed to just saying, my psychic said you're cheating on me?
Right.
Dumb.
yeah.
Just dumb.
yeah.
And that's what did he say? If you believe you're psychic, you're missing out on the best thing that ever happened to you. Oh, famous last words.
Didn't Dalton kind of say something similar to Haley?
I
Yeah,
might
when they
have.
were. Yeah, maybe they all use that same jail lingo.
Mhm. But the nude picture the way the angle of the picture looked, you know, I was like, oh well, wait a minute, that's Ty.
I did too.
So they showed the face was blurred and the whole body was blurred. I was like, that's Ty. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So I was like, go ahead on, Ty.
If
You know,
that's
move
Ty,
on.
we know he ain't cheating because Ty don't really
Yeah,
sleep with
because
the
I
man.
don't ever touch
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Look, Ty would have cut it off once he got to the
Yeah.
halfway house. She like, you too for me,
No, that's too
Yeah, that's
close
what it
to
was.
home.
right?
Mhm. And that's what he should have told Indy. I'm not cheating because she found out I wasn't in prison and she didn't want me no more. You know, and then had to cut that out. But yeah, the fact that she just kept on asking them and asking them, and I was like, come on now. If your psychic say that, if you believe your psychic, yeah, just go with it, let them go. And two, I agree, she should have threw out the evidence, you know, the physical evidence. So obviously, what the psychic says is more important than what she sees. And then too, I was thinking that, you know, too, I agree that just because he had the pictures, don't mean that anything happened. But if he got the pictures, he probably was planning on something to happen. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for them to have his phone number, that's a new number.
Yeah.
Right.
So he
So
met them,
yeah,
gave it to them some kind of way. And who knows, because like how she was thinking that he could have said that he had a doctor's appointment and went out. And I said, man, you really thought this thing out, you know. So,
yeah. So Egypt says she's an idiot. She has some ways about her that yes, I would agree with that. Her
Now,
father,
how is
her
he smoking and drinking in the halfway house?
That's what I was thinking. Like, and you got this on TV.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
and
he
then
apparently
he
gets
had
out,
the
but he
drink.
can't get in trouble for that. Like, that don't
It's
make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it seems like he shouldn't be able to. And if y'all notice, she was like, "What's in that glass?" She's like, I see it's clear. And he was like, "I had one little sip." So it's weird that they're drinking inside that halfway house.
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Unless
mm-hmm.
they in there
That's
making
yeah, but
moonshine.
they can't have visitors. They
Now,
can drink and
unless
smoke, but they can't have visitors.
right now, unless it was moonshine. Maybe it was moonshine that they had made in the jail or in the halfway house.
Or in
Maybe.
the halfway house. Ugh,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine drinking that stuff.
So, and then how she was saying, he's saying how not only the thing that you missed out on the best thing you had, the other comment got me too was like, you know, I swear on everything I love. I was like, dude, what do you love? You know,
Who
you
do you
just got
love?
Okay.
out.
What do you love?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's something. Because I had saw the preview of it, and then they was talking how they had showed the preview of the next episode, uh, Love After Lockup, how they on in that, and they had showed how she was in the bed and she came down and she accepted. Either she apologized to him or he apologized, but he didn't. Oh, he said he made a mistake. He didn't admit to cheating. You know, he didn't admit to doing anything wrong. He just was upset. I guess he made a mistake in the way he was talking to her. But the sister was like, "Are y'all going to stay together?" And she, instead of just moving on, she's like, "Yeah, we're going to work it out." You know.
Oh Lord. So Egypt, she says it does go down in the halfway house. She's worked there, worked at a facility for over 12 years. Okay, because we were confused. Like I said, I was confused. I'm thinking maybe they got some contraband moonshine or something up in there, but knowing that they can drink and smoke in there,
Is
Mhm.
that not a violation? I guess it only violates certain people's parole,
yeah.
probation, parole.
Okay, that would
You
be
can't
interesting. So
fix.
Egypt, can everybody just drink and smoke, or is there like certain people that can? Because it seems like that's a parole violation, possibly. So she says drinking, smoking, etc. Okay, so
Wow.
curious about that. Now I get they can smoke cigarettes when they're in prison, but can they smoke? Because the way Indy said it, I was almost thinking she was talking about marijuana.
Yeah. And even like remember when Brittany and Ray,
Yeah,
like he couldn't drink or wasn't really supposed to drink while he was out. But is that because he had drug charges?
possibly.
Mhm.
And then also, where was Ray on probation?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so the same way it happens in prison. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, so that was Andy and Harry this week. Now we go on and to the last couple, Chris and Gabby. Okay. All right, so Gabby is again heading over to the prison to pick up Chris. So she has his sister Essence in the car with them. So they go to the prison. They sit outside the prison for a couple of hours waiting to get him. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was kind of mad that the security letting them in is not checking to make sure the person they're there to pick up is even getting out. So y'all just wasting these people's time.
Yeah, that's
All right.
crazy.
And so while they were sitting in the car, Chris's mom calls the sister. And so she's like, bad news, guys. Chris is not going to be released today. He is actually going to um, to the feds. The feds are picking him up or have picked him up. One of the two. All right. And so so the girls they pull out from the jail, but then they stop a little bit after they exit the like jail parking lot or whatever. And Gabby is upset and doesn't want to film. So she looks like tossing the camera equipment around out of her car. Because she's just frustrated with the whole situation. All right, so that was the end of them two. So thoughts on Gabby and Chris this week. Oh, but real quick, so Egypt says no one is supposed to be drinking or smoking, and then she says the facility can get in trouble and him. Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. Anybody want to go for Gabby and Chris?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that whole not understanding why they not saying something. But then I also was wondering why they didn't ask the cop this time or ask the dude like, "Hey, I'm picking up such and such. Are they getting out?" Like, so I blame both. Like the people, they shouldn't be letting people just park and wait and don't even know if the person getting out or not. But then after this being their second time going, I would have just asked the question too. I wouldn't have just went and parked again, knowing that they might not even know either, and I might be sitting there for nothing. But not realizing it was a season finale because I guess I wasn't thinking about the date. It makes sense why she's saying she ain't gonna film because she's done. So I think that was just extra added on, just being dramatic. I know she was mad, but she also being dramatic. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, it wasn't really a lot to theirs either, because most of it was just them showing up the second time and then them saying that he's going to do Fed time. So, um, I guess we just have to see what, or I don't know actually, because I don't know what it said happened at the end, like what it said for them. But that's really all I had. Like it just kind of sucks, but I feel like they were kind of crazy too because they didn't even ask the question when they parked. Because I would have asked this time.
Yeah. So what did y'all think about her statement? Well, he's not getting out today. I guess my wedding is pushed back some more. Why are you worried about your wedding right now?
Yeah.
Cause she
Worry
trying to
about
make
if
sure she get that money.
I'm like, you should be trying to worry if he made it to the federal prison safely. Something, but you worried about a wedding.
Yeah, and
So,
that's her money, playing games with her money.
yeah, her money bag. Yeah, so I guess. Any other thoughts on Gabby and Chris?
No, I ain't got nothing.
Mm-mm.
What? Nothing at all?
Good luck. I hope he got out in March. I hope he gets out in March. I guess
Hmm.
it's March of this year, not last year.
That's what I'm assuming. That it should have been March of this year. I guess so. Yeah. So I don't know. All right, so that was this week's episode of the season finale for Love During Lockup. All right, so I guess it's in 2 weeks. That's when they're going to premiere the new season of Life After Lockup. So we see that Harry and Indy are going to be on that episode. I didn't see any of the other couples, but I don't think any of the other couples are eligible because they're still locked up, unless I'm missing a couple.
Oh yeah. So probably by the time they started filming, Harry and Indy were the only ones out
Hmm.
because Gabby and them would be like now, and then who was the other couple?
Dalton and
Dalton.
Natalie.
Dalton. Oh yeah, Dalton and what's her face?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, I mean, if Max wasn't running around fabricating storylines, it could be him and Tara, but he's too busy trying to create a storyline. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for watching us. And make sure you come back on Saturday. We'll be back for the premiere episode of Love After Lockup. And so it looks like there's a lot of new couples on there this time. So, I guess we'll get to know them. And yeah. And so I guess that's it for us. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to mention about the episode before we go?
No, but
Yeah.
good luck on your date, Sadie.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
Sade.
good luck.
Good
Sorry.
luck.
Mm-hmm. Good luck. Don't drink too
It goes the way
much.
you want it to go.
Yes. Don't drink too much. Try to stay as sober as you can on your date. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by and for watching. And until next time, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.